guess I'll start giving crap away. Yeah, awesome. You guys look pretty trash. You own the anime. Pretty sweet how we lined that up. Huh? Yeah, you even got badges. We got a badge that allowed us to issue other people badges. No way. Yeah, this is the badge of the guy who does the voice of the adventure. Wow, that's pretty sweet.
You got the root certificate.
Next year, we're just going to have ShmooCon in that hotel, so you won't have to commute back and forth. Yeah, okay. So, men's large. Who doesn't have an EFF shirt already? I don't. You don't? No. I like to give stuff to girls, and I usually don't get the chance, so sorry, guys. Yeah, especially men's shirts. Well, you know. You can bargain with her, trade her or something. Network security assessment. Who's gonna read this book? Because if you're really looking for a doorstop, you want this security power. This is a much bigger book. Not as big as the Snort book, but okay. You really want this? Sure. I guess you have to sit in the front if you want stuff. Oh, minor damage. Sorry about that. You can trade it for, okay. Still readable. Security powered. You just want the biggest book you can get. You need a big book? You're going to give it to the IT guy? I like the sound of that, but I think
at a high velocity. Who's
going to read this book? Like, okay, you with the Michael Jackson glove. Yeah, okay. Actually, I'll tell you what. There's another copy sitting here that was abandoned. I'll give it to the IT guy. Okay, I'm gonna get off stage expeditiously, but I do want to say quickly that, you know, at ShmooCon, what we try to do is get a good mix of speakers, and partly we have to do that by inviting the guys that we know are badasses. And so in this case, we, you know, a friend of the Shmoo group and certainly of ShmooCon, you know, this is a guy that we actually want on stage because we like this guy. You know, other speakers.
Shit at me.
And I do like to throw shit at just about anybody. But also, you know, we also want to bring in a lot of new people, and so every year, we bring in new speakers that you haven't seen before and that we haven't had a chance to see before. So anyway, hopefully you'll dig RenderMan. I don't know where RenderMan's girlfriend is, but she's really smart.
Yeah.
And, you know,
she was at the Anime Con too, so. All right. All right. Thanks, Pablos. You guys look like I feel. All right. Interest of full disclosure, I originally put this talk in because I wanted to get in for free. I didn't actually expect to have to do it, so. It doesn't mean I gave it my best. In all honesty, if you're really into wireless and screwing with the stuff, there's not really anything terribly new in here. If you want something new, go throw shit at Josh, but hopefully it'll be entertaining enough that, you know, make it worth your while for being here. I cannot believe there are this many people here at noon on Sunday. Right. What the hell did I do to get the Sunday? Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. All right, so I decided to get literary here. The name of the talk is, How Can I Pwn Thee? Let Me Count the Ways. Considering it's around Valentine's, I figured it was kind of an apt bit of literary madness. I am RenderMan. I am from Canada. Please don't hold that against me. We really are nice people. But I've been doing an awful lot of traveling lately, and when I get bored, bad things tend to happen. So I was at a conference in Toronto, Sector, which if you have the opportunity to go to, there, I said it. This is Brian, he actually runs the thing, so. Basically, born out of a conversation with Dino from South Africa, who was another speaker, and we both spent a fair bit of time at airports, and when we get bored, you're sitting at the departures lounge, you're like, you know, I got 20 minutes to fill. What can I do? And you look around and you see all these laptops, all these phones, and it really made us start thinking. You've got an increasingly mobile workforce, and so many devices that we use nowadays are wireless. So these people are away from the office. You don't have that big clue bat to chase after them with to keep their stuff secure. So how many ways can you get at somebody? How many ways can you screw with them? This is by no means an exhaustive list, but this is ways that really just on the surface, just looking at it, can make your day suck. This is Bob. Bob's going to be our little bitch for this session here.
Hi, Bob. Bob has biscuits.
Bob works for Widgets International, selling widgets. Fancy that. Traveling to customer sites. I mean, how many of you have somebody like Bob in your office? Some guy that's always on the road, never knows what city he's in, a few of you. This guy could be your worst nightmare, right? Likes to think himself tech savvy, but really just knows enough to get access to prawn. Don't we all? This is literally going to be a worst case scenario. This guy is going to be poster child, but kind of think back to the people you've known and people you've worked with, people you've seen in airports, hotel lobbies, anime cons, and just kind of get an idea of what's going on here. Let's pwn this guy. We're not going to touch him. We're not going to go up and knee him in the groin and take his wallet or something. We're not going to break into his hotel room or anything. I'm just thinking everyday public situations where you're running into, this guy, you're sitting across the way from him. How can you screw with them with stuff that reasonably somebody in this room would probably have on them at the time while they were traveling? Or somebody like me that just came back from Norway and spent a lot of time in international airports getting really pissed off at airlines, fucking SAS. Nothing quite like going from Copenhagen, flying for an hour, and then hearing, yeah, our plane's broken, got to turn around. That'll make your day suck. But, all right. Bob's got a laptop. Most of us do. Bob likes to connect to every network he sees. There's a wonderful quote from Bill Gates that they're in a hotel that didn't have Wi-Fi access. Gets a call from Paul Allen, who's in the room a couple of doors down. Hey, come on over. I've got access to a Linksys. So you've actually got a magazine article where Bill Gates admits to committing felony theft of service. There is no justice in the world. But as we've all seen here, there are hotspots absolutely everywhere. Coffee shops, hotels, airports. How many of you actually use them while you're on the road? Well, for a number of you. How many of you actually pay? I'm not making any judgments, but okay. Hotspots, as you know, generally do not encrypt. It was actually really nice to see that the network here was offering WPA options, and even the hotel network was offering some options for WPA. Good to see. But generally, it's clear text between you and the access point. Clear text means it's easy to read. I can see all the traffic going by. I can see your emails. I can see anything that you're doing that's not SSL or non-encrypted. This also means that it's clear to inject. Because if you have unauthenticated protocols and unauthenticated content, what can we replace? If you're not using a VPN, you're going to be screwed with. Being at a con in Norway with a half a dozen other convention regulars, I was always the one getting blamed for anything that went weird on the network. You'd think I had some sort of reputation or something. I don't know. Is this guy sitting back there laughing at me? Man-in-the-middle attacks, passwords, snarfing. This is something everybody here should know about. It exists. I do it all the time when I get bored. I don't save it, but it's entertaining to look at. People have no creativity in passwords. The best one I heard last night, Ninja Scrotum. Think about this. This is something that goes through my mind every time I'm at a hotel. At DEF CON last year, the hotel network had about 20 access points when I came in on the Wednesday. There was over 160 by Sunday. Which ones are the real ones?